Hey mamas, it's Colby R. Rice back again with another quick video recording update, just giving you guys a little bit of wisdom that I've learned over the course of my lifetime with regard to recognizing where you are and basically turning on the reality switch. And we're going to do that today by talking very briefly about how to survive and even thrive in a capitalist system. Why is this important? Because I think, especially in this country, in America, where we have this interesting little myth that all you have to do is work hard and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and suddenly all your wonderful Hollywood dreams will come true. When we're dealing with that basically fantasy on a day-to-day basis, sometimes we tend to engage in quite a bit of cognitive dissonance because we look around, we see tons of people who are not working nearly as hard as us, but who are just ascending through the ranks, either economically, socially, etc. And we don't know what's going on. We're like, oh, wait, I did the right things. I went to, college. I, got 50 million master's degrees. I've done all these internships. I'm a good person. I'm a hard worker. I'm a great mother. Why can't I get ahead? Why can't I keep making it and keep pushing forward? What is going on with this whole, if you work hard, things will happen for you sort of deal? The reason why you're having so much trouble is because you're living in a society that has basically fooled itself into thinking that it's a meritocracy. You are not living in a meritocracy, ladies, okay? Especially as women, okay? We all know that there's a larger patriarchal system into which we're all born, and there are some benefits to that, but then there are also quite a few disadvantages to that if you are a woman, especially if you're a woman of color. And a large part of that patriarchal society point of view is a very individualist, capitalist point of view. So because basically you live and you were born into a society that is built on exploitation in a system, capitalism, which is predicated on exploitation, you working, doing really well, working hard every day and fighting the good fight is really only playing into the hands of it's basically the dichotomized way in which our society works, which is that you either have or you have not. And as long as you recognize or you wake up to the reality, which is that you live in a capitalist society, which is inherently and by definition exploitative, as long as you realize that, you will finally be able to start doing things that will move the needle on whatever it is you want to do. So in our society, you either have or have not. You either buy or you're being bought. You either ride or you're being ridden. Okay. You either own or you're being owned. That's just how it is in our society. And as long as you think to yourself, okay, if I go and work for this person over here or this company over here and I work as hard as I can, I'm going to move up the ranks. As long as you realize that that's just a bunch of BS and that only happens for a select few people, your entire worldview will be so much more, that will run so much more smoothly. Let's put it that way. Okay. The way that you move ahead in our capitalist society is that you have to sort of strike out and do things for yourself. You need to start your own business. You need to look at what people are doing. And that doesn't mean being nefarious or exploiting people. It doesn't mean that. But look at what people are doing to build their wealth. Look at what they're doing to build their businesses. People who have successful businesses did not spend the majority of their lives working for other people unless, for example, it was a son or daughter working for the family business and they are going to come into the ownership of that business later down the line. Unless you're one of those people working for, company ABC, electric company over there, nowadays is not really going to get you where you need to go. Because again, we're in a society and in a system where basically you are exploiting or you are being exploited. And bigger companies nowadays, since corporations pretty much run our society and the world, are more concerned with keeping their companies and their stockholders in the black. And what that means is that you're trying to get as much work out of you without having to pay you what you're worth, without having to give you those raises and those bonuses and, that fat pension and, all the 401ks and everything. They don't want to give that to you because if they give everybody what they deserve, the companies would not make the millions and billions of dollars they make every single year. Again, capitalist system, exploitative perspective. So that doesn't mean that you need to go out there and start hurting other people or being completely cutthroat towards other people, but realize that fighting the good fight and doing all the right things are not necessarily going to get you where you want to go, especially since a lot of our paths to ascension, social and economic ascension, like education and things like that, are being co-opted by, again, these larger corporations who are trying to exploit you and your desire to do good and your desire to work hard in order for them to make the bigger profit. So try your best to avoid those exploitative institutions as much as possible and build your own institutions. And that's basically all I have to say for this video clip. I will see you guys in the next clip to start helping you to build your own empires and build your own companies so that you are no longer being pimped by the system, but you're being a boss. All right, talk to you guys later.